So I just kind of measured these two strips here. They all have this ladder in the back that goes up and kind of does this little loopy-loo up there. And the rungs are quite spread apart. So even though it's not exact, it will look much better once it's painted black. And I'm going to do that before I put it on here. You know, and then I will continue to build up back here. I took off that little piece right there because I wanted to put the ladder behind it. So hopefully I can just kind of start putting in some little elements. We have the little, here, like I could put something like this back here with that. I think that would look kind of cool, right? Yeah, I think that would look super cool. So I have the basics down. Once this is all painted and worked together, it will look much more harmonious. Not loving this space here or that space there. The doors and the windows in the back of the caboose are really, really skinny. But I think they might actually be taller also. Kind of like this weird piece here. So I'm hoping that I can kind of get that seam to work better. I don't really know what to do about it at this point. This also needs to have some little goofy thingy up here. Not much, just a little extra. So this back piece here is actually another extension of the caboose. So that's what that is. You know, this should have, you know, some more things built up on it down here, obviously. I do love how this is turning out, though. I think it's just kind of fun and cool the way it is. Again, it's more of a feel than an exact. And so now I kind of need to push the feel part of it, as I've gotten the basics here pretty close to what I wanted it to look like. So I may just go through and, yeah, that'll be better if I add that in there on both sides. Let's just do that real quick, because before I put the yeah, you want to be sure that it's done before I put the next step on, right? Yeah, most definitely. Hey guys, okay, we're back. I just wanted to show you real quick the paints that I'm using, just on a real simple little palette. I have this almost painted up here. I did this with the enamel pen, but yeah, I do want to get some little highlights on here and some more interest. So I will be painting this, probably some blue tones. I'll probably bring in a little bit of this color, this Craft Smart, the liquid. Okay, so what's the difference between heavy body and that liquid paint is heavy body is going to cover. All right, this is going to cover what you need to cover. These guys, they're a lot less expensive for a reason. They're generally quite transparent, and so it's very hard to get the coverage out of this type of paint than it is out of this type of paint. So anything with heavy body is generally 4, 5, 6 times the cost of this. So depending on the colors. Some of the colors are much more expensive. Like this phthalo blue, I know, is a very pricey color. I mean, it's probably $10 a tube for 2 fluid ounces versus $1 for 2 fluid ounces. So just realize that when you are using heavy body acrylics, good paints versus crafter paints. Now there's uses for both of them. These are not a bad paint. I use these all the time. But there are places where a heavy body paint is more advantageous to use. Such as on this background of this book, because I really needed some serious coverage. And again, I want to make sure that everything covers well. This enamel paint still hasn't quite dried here, so I will need to watch out for that, because I'll just go smear. Okay, well, I'm going to start painting on this. I'm going to just dab that a little bit so I don't smear it. The little dots are kind of fun. I like them. All right, and for this, I'm using a flat brush here, just a 1/2 inch flat. And this still has, of course, some red paint on it from before. I did not wash it properly. You can take just a little bit of soap and wash it that way, like a gentle soap, like I think we used to use Ivory. I don't clean my brushes nearly as much as I should, truly, honestly. Sorry, I'm just having my morning coffee still. I don't really love those black dots now, but first thing I want to do is just kind of paint up that door, see what we get. So this is the quinacridone magenta and cadmium yellow light mixed together, kind of make this really beautiful orangey color. Now it might take 2 coats, but still this covers much better than the lighter body paints. And